Say, old Pete's sure in a good mood.
Oh, you beautiful dreamboat, you.
Hi, Pete. You look mighty pleased with yourself.
Well, Bob, I ought to be. I've just made the best deal of my life.
Would it have anything to do with this new Olds 88?
It sure would. Old Pete finally wised up. He finally saw the light. Why, do you know that I've been paying as much for those little so-called low-price jobs as I paid for this Olds 88?
I believe it.
Well, this time I played it smart. I put my dough on Oldsmobile, and just look how much more I got for my money. To start with, the best-looking car on the road. Look at those lines. And this new bumper and grille. Well, there you've got rugged protection and real style. And this rocket engine. Say, I never knew a car could perform like this one. I know I'm telling you all this. You sell Oldsmobiles.
Yes, Pete, but it's always nice to hear from a satisfied customer.
Well, you've got one here, and the next time you get a chance, you tell a few people what a terrific deal old Pete got from Oldsmobile.
I certainly will. Well, there you are. Why don't you stop by your Oldsmobile dealer? Discover how easy it is to drive home in an Oldsmobile 88 of your very own.
It's been a spontaneous thing, too, sort of contagious. One fellow drives a Mercury home, and pretty soon he has a half a dozen neighbors around, all talking about dream car design.
Well, Jack, suppose we take a look at that dream car design.
Well, there's a beautiful example right over there.
Oh, the new convertible cruiser, and it is a real beauty. So that's the model that will do the actual pace car honors next Memorial Day.
That's right, Ed. We've chosen the convertible cruiser because it most typifies Mercury's dream car design.
It's really a knockout.
Well, it has the same straightness of lines, the feeling of bigness and mass without bulk. And as you pointed out, Ed, this basic styling found on all Mercuries has captured the imagination of car buyers everywhere. In fact, in order to meet this tremendous buyer demand, we've had to increase our production by 40% for the months of January and February. Actually, right now, we have more people at work building Mercuries than at any time in the history of the Mercury car.
See and drive the car with the look, the feel, the power of success. The 56 Dodge, value leader of the forward look.
Thunderbirds, United States Air Force jet demonstration team. Their F-100 Super Sabres are powered by Pratt & Whitney J57 engines, manufactured by the Ford Aircraft Engine Division. Now, here are three more super performers from Ford. The 1957 Ford Thunderbird. you're looking at the latest version of America's most talked about car. For 57, Ford has shaped the classic Thunderbird profile into a completely fresh, completely distinctive style all its own. New swept-back tail fins and the longer rear deck add elegance to its lower-than-ever lines. These new dimensions give you more luggage room, too. Even with a spare tire inside, you get more luggage space than last year. You know, there's not another car like it in America. It's powered by a big 312 cubic inch V8 engine with twin 4-barrel carburetors. You'll have to look far to find a performer that can match this one.
You are about to know the thrill of seeing that which has never been seen before. You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world. The world of 1960. For the first time in history, you'll see not one, not two, but three completely new kinds of Ford cars for 1960. A wonderful new world of Fords. First, representing the 1960 Fords, the finest Fords of a lifetime, the magnificent new Galaxy. Beautiful from any point of view, worth more from every point of value. The 1960 Fords open up a whole wonderful new world of styling, elegance, and built for people comfort. And now, the world's most wanted car.
Thunderbird, the finest of fine cars, the last word in wish it were mine cars, the dream car of the wonderful new world of Fords.
The 1960 Thunderbird. Finally, the car everyone's been waiting to see. The new size Ford, the Falcon. Here's full comfort for 6 adults in a car that'll give you up to 30 miles a gallon. A new size car with a new size price. It's the easiest car in the world to own. The Ford Falcon. You can see these cars at your Ford dealer's showroom now. The Falcon, the Thunderbird, and the 1960 Ford.
Good evening. I'm John Larkin, speaking for your Kaiser Frazer dealer. Tonight, I'm going to take you back over one of the most thrilling experiences I've ever had. I'm going to show you what happened when we literally tried to tear the Henry J to pieces. We put the Henry J through some of the toughest, roughest tests in the world. The first test we made was down the Buck and Bronco Road. 1 mile of concrete washboard, an endless chain of brutal ruts built to shake the body bolts out of any ordinary car. Now, I'd seen the Henry J take some mighty rough country roads, but never anything like this. She's hitting 15 jolting bumps every single second, and I never would have believed it if I hadn't watched the wheels. Up and down they bounce like rubber balls. And yet, the Henry J's unique spring and frame construction soaked up the shock and gave a smooth, level flight ride. Even a slow motion picture doesn't reveal a single jolt or jounce. And how was the driver enjoying it? Well, he opened the door and I was amazed when I saw the steering wheel. It was perfectly steady, completely under control, no shock, no road wander, no wiggle. Every inch of the way, the Henry J took this Buck and Bronco road as though it were a smooth, new superhighway. And now that you've seen what I saw, I think you'll agree that the Henry J is one of the world's toughest cars. Next week, I'll tell you about another dramatic test. And remember, the Henry J is the smartest, the thriftiest, full-size car you can buy, with up to 30 to 35 miles a gallon, with monthly payments as low as $49. So tomorrow, go in and see your Kaiser Frazer dealer. Start driving the smart, new Henry J right away.
In the course of a year's driving, you naturally run into a lot of different road conditions, and not all of them are ideal. For example, here's the kind of driving that we all enjoy. We're on a wide, smooth highway. You're really rolling along with never a bump. But now and then, you're likely to encounter a stretch like this. And believe me, the going can get rough. So, Chrysler Corporation engineers decided to find a way to give you a ride that will be smooth on rough, rutted roads as well as on a boulevard. And here is the secret. This is an Oriflow shock absorber. It was developed by Chrysler Corporation exclusively for Chrysler Corporation cars. And it may look just like an ordinary shock absorber, but it definitely is not. For this unique Oriflow shock absorber is built to absorb more pounding and bouncing on a rough road like this than any other passenger car shock absorber in the industry. The Oriflow shock absorber literally soaks up the bumps, keeping your car level on its course and the ride soft, smooth, and beautifully controlled. We call it the Boulevard Ride. And believe me, that's the right name for it. You get a ride that's as soft and smooth as a feather bed. And here's a tiny tot enjoying to the full the ride of her mother's new Chrysler Corporation car. And there you have it, the smoothest, easiest riding cars on the road today, thanks to the only shock absorbers in the industry that give you a real boulevard ride.
A convenient location. That's one reason many car owners give for selecting a particular service station. That's a pretty good reason. But let's always remember one thing. Our best gasoline customers are the ones who are on the move a lot. And for people on the move, a convenience station is not always the best station. Take the Adams family, for instance, who live just a couple of blocks from this station. There's Mr. Adams, just about to leave for work. He does this every day, 5 days a week, and just about the same time. 7 o'clock. He leaves pretty early. This morning, and at least twice a week, he needs gas. He's got to stop someplace. Now, here's the station nearest to his home. It's close, all right, but it's closed. Mr. Adams passes it up. This ought to be convenient for him, right on his way. But it's not for Mr. Adams. The point is that Mr. Adams has traveled a long way from home to buy gas. He wanted more than convenience. There must be a reason.
Have you noticed the Sinclair National Park ads, Marge? They're interesting. This one's all about Washington's home at Mount Vernon. Maybe we should take that in on our next trip. I think I'll give one of their stations a try for gas, too.
There are other ways of getting car owners interested in a certain brand. Here's one of the best. Word of mouth advertising.
It's the truth, Pete. I actually get better performance.
You don't say.
Yeah, Sinclair's High Test Power X, they call it. You ought to try it.
A satisfied customer tells a friend. Millions of drivers are persuaded daily to try the Sinclair brand. And when it's brand that makes them pick a station, this emblem clearly shows them where to get it. At least, it should. The biggest reason that drivers pick a station for the first time is the dealer's influence in the community. What he does to reach people, persuade them to do business with him.
See you in about an hour. Okay, Carl.
He has made his station known in the community. He has made himself liked in the community. This dealer doesn't wait for customers to come in. He goes out after them. And he does it in many ways. He gets out and meets more people personally. He has to eat anyway, so he might as well enjoy it and make more friends while he's at it. A little back scratching never hurts anybody. These fellows buy gas somewhere, and their friend Jones is in the business. Might as well trade with him. Here's another way he gets out. He makes sure that all of the people in the neighborhood of his station know him well and favorably. They know he's in business nearby, handy for gasoline, and ready to take care of their car needs. This homeowner is worth a can of household oil or something equally inexpensive just for goodwill. He's never bought gas at the station. A friendly gesture like this will probably bring him in for the first time. Another good place to build a friendly reputation is with fellow retailers. Even the barber, and why not? Talk about word-of-mouth advertising. This dealer always has Tony cut his hair. And Tony isn't the quietest man in town. What's this? The calendar I gave him 2 weeks ago. Yeah, this would be a good place for a Sinclair calendar. Customers have nothing to do but stare at the wall and fight the mirrors or listen to Tony. Say, Tony, he says, you wouldn't mind if I put up one of my calendars, would you? And you wouldn't mind telling your customers about me, would you? Come to think about it, he says to Tony, where do you buy your gas?
That's a new motoramic Chevrolet. Best thing on wheels, as far as I'm concerned. Of course, I may be prejudiced. I work here on the Chevrolet assembly line. I put the finishing touches on these cars, then they're headed straight for America's driveways. Look mighty good there, too. Say, reminds me, the other day I met an old friend. Now, Charlie, that's my friend's name. He usually never talks much about cars. But ever since he drove my new Chevrolet, oh boy, Charlie talks just like one of our own engineers. New turbofire V8's terrific. Can't beat that glide ride front suspension. And you know something? Charlie's 100% right. Why, just look at the way the new Chevrolet rides and handles. Like I say, I may be prejudiced. Get a hold of a motoramic Chevrolet and drive it yourself.
What does the 1956 Chevrolet look like? That's the best-kept secret of the year. Keeping it secret until Friday, November 4th, is the job of the men and women in scores of Chevrolet plants across the nation. Security checks are tightened. And as the 56 Chevrolet begins the journey to your dealer, it's security all the way, under canvas covers, and behind sealed boxcar doors. In city after city, as dealers get the news that the 56 Chevrolet arrives soon, they too get ready to guard the secret until Friday, November 4th. Chevrolet 456 is on its way to you right now. Its new beauty, new power, and new performance are secrets worth waiting to learn. So wait.
Hi, Rex May here on the rail with some of the finest performers in America. In the lineup, here's the Lark Hardtop, and we're going to show you how performance sets the pace in the Lark.
Watch that new Lark Skybolt 6 go. There's superior acceleration. From 0 to 40 in seconds. Fast pickup for the first time in a 6-cylinder compact. Here are more Lark engineering features. The new Lark oval steering wheel and new Lark steering system give you smooth rides at any speed. The Lark's big 15-inch wheels turn fewer revolutions, so you get longer tire life. The Lark also gives you sure-footed cornering like this. Need passing power? You've got that too with the Skybolt 6. For extra safety, there's extra power from 40 to 65 thanks to the Lark's new Ram induction manifold. For even greater performance, there's the national economy champion Lark V8. V8 or Skybolt 6, the Lark's the compact that's easy on your pocketbook.
V8 or Skybolt 6, first in class for style, across-the-board payoff in performance and economy. The Lark in 7 models. So take a demonstration drive. Remember, you have to drive the Lark to believe it. The Lark by Studebaker.
The first